What's going on, people in YouTube land? Kimchi Chris here, and welcome to today's brand new video where we're talking about something new. We're talking about change. We're talking about not a whole lot of difference from last year, but we are talking about what songs Kiss has added to their set list for 2020, the 2020 End of the Road trek to be exact. And if you watched my last video, you know that we talked about there being a shakeup in the set because Tommy said it in an interview himself, and we all know Tommy's word is gold. And we talked about some fantasy songs that we would love to see in the set, but we knew weren't going to make it. Why didn't we talk about Read My Body? And then we discussed the songs that were more likely to actually make it into the set. And as a refresher here, we have Strutter, Watching You, Got to Choose, Christine 16, Crazy Nights, and God Gave Rock and Roll to You. And while I was a bit optimistic thinking that they might add in 5 songs, it seemed like there's a chance that would happen, at least if they took out maybe one of the longer ones like Let Me Go Rock and Roll, or maybe 2 of the longer ones like 100,000 Years with that, or something of that nature. And with that being said, we ended up with 2 new songs, 3 depending when you saw the tour, but basically 2 new songs. We got Parasite, which is not what I predicted, but you know, it's there. It's a very welcome addition. I love Parasite. It's one of my favorite Kiss songs of all time. It's an incredible song. It's always been just a little bit weird whenever they play it without Ace, even though the Alive 3 version with Bruce was pretty smoking, but I'm pretty happy to see Parasite in there. The videos have been circulating and it sounds phenomenal. Gene still sounds great. The band still sounds great. It's a wonderful addition to the set and I'm okay with it being there. And then we got a blast from the 80s past, one that I didn't predict necessarily, even though I did say in the last video if they added anything from Asylum, it would be Tears Are Falling, and guess what? We got Tears Are Falling! And of course with Tears Are Falling comes a brand new take on the vocals, of course, that will sound eerily similar night after night after night after night, if you know what I'm saying. But even with that being out there, it sounded pretty good, and having any tracks from the 80s is always a welcome addition. I mean, Tears is not really my favorite of the 80s output. There's a lot of Paul songs I think are a little bit better and would have been a better choice. I mean, I know that's somewhat controversial because most fans like Tears Are Falling, but I don't know, it's never been my favorite. I don't dislike it. I'm not sure if I've ever even seen it live, so seeing it here in a few days presumably will be really cool in that regard, but there's some that would have been better. I didn't get to see Hide Your Heart last year because I took it out before I got to see the band, and that would have been something I would have liked to have seen. Hide Your Heart is a phenomenal song in my opinion that they should play every tour, and it doesn't happen. I got to see them do it on which tour did they do that on? Was it the Motley Crue one or the Def Leppard one? It was one of those. I got to see them do it and it was pretty cool. But that would be my choice if we're going with another 80s single. Rise to It would be amazing, of course, as well, but we all know we're not going to get that. And then the last song that's kind of a new addition, depending when you saw the band, was Crazy Nights, another 80s track. And what I mean by that is that they did add it on the second leg of the tour in the US as well as overseas last year, but for the people that saw them early on, like myself, I didn't see them perform this, so that'll be a cool addition to the set as well. I like Crazy Nights. You know, it's not my favorite record in all honesty, but that's a really good song in a live setting. We all know we're not going to be getting No, so we might as well settle for Crazy Nights. I mean, on the other hand, they could be doing My Way. That would be a really funny one to see them do. I don't think Paul could have done that in his prime in a live setting, but seeing him do it now would be an experience altogether. I know they would use the audio enhancements, as we'll call them here, on that, but could you imagine the reaction to My Way or Turn On the Night or something like that with the full-on keyboards and everything? Nobody'd even know what was going on for the most part. It would just be ridiculous, but you know, some people like myself would be like, wow, they're really doing that. I don't know if I enjoy this or not, but they're really doing that. But in all seriousness, Turn On the Night is a pretty cool song, so I'd be okay with them doing that. If Kiss has a song with Night in the title, it's usually pretty good. Just look at their track record. You got Rock and Roll All Night, obviously, is a huge hit. You got King of the Nighttime World. You got Turn On the Night. You got Crazy Nights. You got all kinds of night activities in your Kiss adventure, I guess. Your Kiss experience, your Kiss world. It's always a Kiss world and we're just living in it. But I'm getting off track, and we're here to talk about something very serious and important. The new songs added to the 2020 End of the Road set list. And guess what? We're done. I said it early on. We got 2, possibly 3 depending when you saw the band, and that's it. We got Parasite, we got Tears Are Falling, and we got Crazy Nights. And I'm sure you're asking yourself at home, what did they take out of the wonderful set list to squeeze these gems in? Well, I'm here to tell you, they took out Let Me Go Rock and Roll, which I think is a shame. I absolutely love that song and I can never get enough of hearing it. It was really cool on this tour because they did jam a little bit kind of at the end and would do some kind of impromptu, little bit different things on it. So I think that's actually a bit of a downer that's taken out of the set. And the other one they took out was Do You Love Me, which, you know, I like that song all right, but I'm not really going to miss it too much. But Let Me Go Rock and Roll, we'll miss you. R.I.P. Let Me Go Rock and Roll. I wish I knew how to do an effect with a single tear right now. As far as the show itself, it does not look much different from what we all saw last year. I know a lot of people are talking about the fact that they're using less pods on stage and all this, but I don't know. I don't really think I'm ever going to even notice something like that. So the stage is a hair different, but it's pretty similar to what it was. And of course, the other big addition to the tour is David Lee Roth, and depending who you talk to, there's some mixed reactions out there. I'm going to reserve my opinion until I see him here next week as of the recording of this. I've seen some videos where, you know, didn't sound so good, and seen some videos where he sounds okay. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to be there early to check him out though, because I've never seen anybody from Van Halen in person, so that's a really cool thing that I'll get to experience. Even if it's a complete train wreck, I'm excited to see Diamond Dave in person. And you know, it's definitely a little bit better than David Garibaldi from last year. I honestly thought he was pretty cool. I thought the painting experience was unique, but it just didn't fit too much with a rock and roll show, and I think David Lee is definitely a good addition to the End of the Road here. And that about wraps this video up. So are you guys excited about the 2020 End of the Road dates, and are you maybe going to one of them? Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited about David Lee Roth? Let me know that as well. Maybe you're practicing your karaoke moves for Tears Are Falling. Let me know about all of that in those comments below. Just let me know about everything that's on your mind in this video. In the words of Ace, what's on your mind? And if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button so you get the new videos. Hit the little alarm so you get the updates and actually get the videos. I said the same thing twice, but you gotta hit the subscription and you gotta hit the alarm. I sound like a broken record in every video, but do it. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it just a little bit. Again, my name is Kimchi Chris, and I will see you guys on the next video.